Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video and another match review for the AFL final series. This time, it's of the second preliminary final at the MCG. We've already got one AFL grand finalist. It's now time to sort out a second team to be featured on the last Saturday in September of 2024, which is today. We'll find out today between Geelong and the Brisbane Lions. Very different. Same pretty much. It pretty much is exactly what it was in 2022. Of course, Geelong coming off a qualifying final win. Brisbane coming off of two great finals wins. One at home against Carlton in the first week, and then miraculously from 44 points down to win by 5 points against GWS last Saturday night. Now we're here, and it's at a much earlier time, about at 5:15. So I can't wait to see how that goes. So nothing much to report there. The last time that these two teams played, met, which was way back in round 6, and it was back when Geelong were undefeated, and back when Brisbane were not in a good amount of form as to what they are now. Geelong managed to win that one by 26 points in a fairly wet game. Brisbane inaccurate, with only 4 goals for the day with 13 behind, so that was pretty inaccurate there. So it was pretty much that was the only meeting, surprisingly enough, for the season and until now. So now the stats that matter. Firstly for Geelong, it says here it's gonna be a test for the Brisbane Lions defenders to defend, obviously because the Cats have scored 94 points per game this season, which ranks them third in the league this season. The one thing that springs to mind is the small forwards like Stengel and Close. The one thing that those defenders that they're versing those two in particular, or in any forward line, basically it includes Cameron and all that, is if you allow them to get goal side, which the Port Adelaide defenders did publicly, you all know, did hell of a lot in the game a few weeks ago, down at the Adelaide Oval. They'll just punish you just like that. They will punish you just like that, if they would. Once the ball into their forward 50, it says here they've ranked number 4 in terms of goals per inside 50, 6th for time in forward half, and for Cats here, apparently it says here 8 finals wins. It says here, or I don't know what it says here, but yeah. So basically, no other team, since 2007 have had more than 2 wins where it's been 10 goals plus. Geelong in the last how many years since they started being in contending for finals regularly? 8 times. 8 finals wins that they have won by 10 goals plus or more, or 10 goals plus in finals. That is just outrageous statistic there. For the Brisbane Lions, they're of course they're ranked number one in terms of contested possession differential, and second in terms of clearance differential. They're of course probably them and Sydney are the best, are the two best two of the best in terms of moving the ball from D50 to their 450. The midfield, and I think in terms of the Cats, the midfield would be there because obviously, of course, you got the likes of, you got Neil, you got McCluggage, you got Dunkley in there as well. You got Berry. These guys, while for the Cats, they do have Dangerfield and Max Holmes as well, and that's just about it, really. To be quite honest, really. So that could really stretch. So that midfield for the Lions can really stretch Geelong's midfield as well. And the fact of the matter is, I said about the game earlier in the year at the Gabba. It says here they booted a goal from just 8% of their forward 50 entries, and I might have to do a bit of a check on how many inside 50s they had to that game. I think they had like 40 odd, 50 odd, I believe. I think just by guessing, and scored a goal 8% of it, which is bad, but. But on it was a wet game at the Gabba, so maybe it might be changing there. The guy that I would put my spotlight on for Geelong is the midfield other than Dangerfield and Holmes, because I mean they're versing the likes of Neil, Dunkley, McCluggage, Berry, Ashcroft. I didn't mention Will Ashcroft as well. There's many of those midfielders that would potentially roll in there, and those two guys, of course, obviously Max Holmes proved that he's also built for finals as well. He had a fantastic game against Port Adelaide in the qualifying final, and quite obviously. And it'll be good for Dangerfield, but that to have someone that could also take a load off him. But you need more than two midfielders to basically win a game, and for the Lions they have a stack in terms of the midfield there. And for Brisbane, here, I think for me, I put it in terms of their forward line because they need to be accurate, because I would presume that whatever chance that Geelong will get, they will take more than likely, and as it's very well publicised that Brisbane's inaccurate. They're one of the worst in terms of accuracy in the competition, in front of goal in the competition. So for me, I think that needs to be the big talking point. I think if it is going to be like a shootout, where it's going to be goal after goal and that sort of stuff, then Brisbane need to need to bring their accuracy, their goal kicking accuracy A game with them. If they don't, then Geelong is just going to blow them out of the water. Let's just put it that way. There. The lineups here. So the lineups here. So the only change, no changes for Brisbane after their win against GWS. One change for Geelong, that being Tom Stewart back in after he was I think he was a late out in the game against Port Adelaide, and Zach Tui there's potentially that I don't know if could this be the qualifying final been the last time that we see Zach Tui playing, because obviously a few weeks ago he announced his retirement. So hopefully if Geelong do make the final and do make the grand final, hopefully he gets chosen. Hopefully to get to hopefully a chance to have the perfect send off there. So for Geelong, you had from the full back line you got Jed Hughes, Jack Henry, and Jake Kolajasny. On the half back line, you got Jack Bowes, Mark Litzarbs, and Zach Guthrie. In the centre, you got Max Holmes and Ollie Dempsey on the wings, with Patrick Dangerfield in the middle. On the half forward line, you got Tyson Stengel, Shannon Neal, and Sean Manor. And at the full forward line, you got Grammars, Jezza Cameron, and Ollie Henry. In the followers, you got Reece Stanley in the ruck with Tom Atkins and Tom Stewart, surprisingly enough, mentioned here in the followers. As on ball, I can't believe that. And on the interchange, you've got Lawson Humphreys, O'Shane Mullen, Brad Close, and Tanner Bruin are on the interchange bench. So for the Brisbane lineup here, you got Dane Zorko, you got Dane Zorko. So from the fullback line, you got Dane Zorko, Harris Andrews, and Noah Ainsworth. Basically the same lineup as this. So basically it, but I'm gonna say the names anyways. Brandon Starcevich, Jack Payne, and Ryan Lester. In the centre, you got Jasper Fletcher and Hugh McCluggage on the wings, with Will Ashcroft in the middle. Half forward line, Cam Rayner, Joe Danaher, and Jared Berry. Full forward line, Charlie Cameron, Country Road. Even though it's not going to be that. But every time if he kicks a goal, I'll sing Country Road. But to be fair, I've actually, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I've actually been getting a little bit better, as the year goes on with singing Country Road. So yeah, anyways. Maybe by this time next year, I'll actually be regularly singing the full song Country Road. So yeah, who knows? But anyways, moving on, Eric Hipwood and Callum Archie. In the followers, you got Oscar Akinuni in the ruck, and then Josh Dunkley and Lockie Neal in as the midfielders. And then on the interchange bench, you got Kai Lohman, Logan Morris, Zach Bailey, and Darcy Wilmot as the guys that are starting on the bench. Finally, the predictions. It's going to be a tough one. This one's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, because Brisbane have played very well these last two games, but maybe for most of the game against GWS, when they were behind by 40 odd points, would be a massive, it would be a massive, thing for them in terms of for people going otherwise. And Geelong, I don't know. I don't know here, but actually, you know what? I'm going for an upset here. I think Brisbane will win this match by 2 points. This one's going to be a ripping game, and it's going to be a ripping game, and my bold prediction. I can see a goal after the siren to win the game, kind of thing. And who I think will kick it? I don't think it'll be Joe Danaher, because I think he'll do it for 2 weeks. He'll do it for 2 weeks straight. Kick the winning goal for Brisbane. I say that, and then basically does. Who I think? Who do I think will it be? I think. I think someone like Calamarchi. That's my bold prediction. Brisbane win the game by 3 points. Bold prediction: Calamarchi wins the game, books Brisbane place in the grand final after the siren. Because why the hell not? So I know there's people watching this that I know they're big fans of Geelong. I'm sorry that, but I just want to see an upset. I want to see an upset here. So of course the prize for the winner is of course to book their place in the 2024 AFL Grand Final versus Nick. Spoiler alert: Sydney Swans who bet Port Adelaide. So yeah. But yeah, so that is just about it for this video. Like this video, share this to anybody who is a Geelong supporter or a Brisbane Lions fan. Comment down below what are your predictions on this game. Who do you think will win, and bold predictions as well. And if you're watching this after the somehow after the game, I'll still put your predictions and tell them and say and prove it and say if you got them right or wrong. I would love to hear still your thoughts and opinions, obviously. And one last thing, somewhere down there, click on the big red button which is labeled subscribe. It really does help me out quite a bit there. But until next time, guys, I'll see yous all later.